ready? So. It's filming?
Yep.
Okay, great. So to start, you're going to get a piece of stiff board that's this size and a piece of copy paper. You're going to lay the stiff board face down in the center of the copy paper, and you're going to trace all the way around it with a pencil, creating a frame. All right, and then once you have that, you are going to pick a picture. I picked a picture on my iPad. So you want to look at that. This picture has dark tones, really light values. It has mediums on the background, and here on some of the shadows on the puppy are medium. So you want to pick a picture that actually has at least those three things: light, dark, and medium. And different things in between. All right, so that's what I picked. And then what I did was I took this and I made a sketch. Put that aside, that's just to show you the tracing. I made a sketch of that. And what I did, I drew first lightly with the pencil, then I went in and did it very dark. I'll tell you why in a minute. As you can see, I actually traced around all the places where the light and the gray meet, or the dark areas meet the other values. So I kind of outlined them and traced them so I knew where they were. It's like mapping it out, mapping out the values. Also the background, I can also put that into, just kind of put that in so I know that that's kind of about where the background changes there. All right, the important thing is to press really, really hard with your pencil so that it's really dark lines after you've sketched it and everything's sketched in. And the reason is because now we have to transfer this onto here. So what we do is you lay your drawing down. You take your stiff board and put it back into the frame that you had traced the first time. And it might be a good idea to tape it down, but not totally necessary. It's okay, you don't have to. You can also put paper clips. That's another way to do it, just to kind of keep it from moving. So you could put a paper clip there. That's not a bad idea. Let's put a paper clip here. Let's put a paper clip here. And then what you need to do is flip it over, and you need to rub with something. You can rub with your thumbnail, you can rub with a Sharpie marker, just the cap or whatever. But you're gonna rub all the places where you see the lines. Just rub pretty hard. Keep it from moving. That's the important thing. You don't want it moving all over the place. It has to stay in one spot or it'll mess it up. You're going to do that over your entire drawing. Don't miss any spots. It's really quick for demonstration purposes. Really quick. All right, top of the head. Okay, check once in a while. Make sure it's coming through. If you miss any spots, just zap them. All right, I think I got everything. All right, then you unclip, and you will have a transfer drawing from this onto this, but it's actually in reverse. As you can see, it's a backwards version, but there's a reason for that. You'll see why. Next, you are going to, this is going to be the fun part, you're going to start to look at the values, and let's say I want to do a very dark value. So let's say I want to do the eye. It's very, very dark. So I would find one of my darker values. I'd get my painted paper, find the darkest value, and then you take a piece of transfer paper, which is this, looks like tissue paper with black stuff. You're going to turn this paper face down, so you got the white side up. You are going to take the transfer paper, put it dark side down against the back of that, and then you're going to take your sketch and a pencil or pen, it could be a ballpoint pen. You are going to lay your sketch over some part that you know has got color on the back, and you are going to trace the shape that you want to cut out. All right, so I'm tracing the eye. See that? Okay, now I'm removing that, and what's going to be, it's going to be transferred on because the transfer paper gets pressed against there. Now I'm going to cut it out. Cut it out carefully. Make sure you follow your lines exactly or it will be a disaster. You have to stick to your lines. You have to cut right on the lines. Don't cut outside the lines, don't cut inside the lines, just right on your lines, because otherwise nothing will fit together. So on the back of this, you can see, is the color I need, and then I'm going to put it right in there, and then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to glue it down right there. And when you're gluing, always have some scrap paper underneath. There's actually special magazines that I have for this purpose, so ask me for those magazines. You always want to put the piece face down, put the glue on the back, and then, oops, I got a little bit of glue on it, which you're not supposed to do. But anyway, you stick it down, and that would be my first piece is now stuck down. Oop, I got glue on it, so that's not good. You want to make sure you don't get glue on the front. And the way we prevent glue from getting on the front is when you are gluing, just be very, very careful to not let it get stuck to other gluey areas and stuff. So you just want to keep it clean. If you do get some glue on it, just try to rub it off as best you can. And that's the first piece. All the other pieces will be done in the same way, except you have to actually decide which one of these is going to be best. You know, because like this one would be good for maybe the lightest areas, although you might actually want to go with pure white for those. And then this could be good for the slightly darker light areas. This is a mid-tone, so it probably would be good for either like this area or here maybe. The sort of medium to dark tones could be good for the shadows here, maybe underneath the chin. That shadow is a little bit on the darker side. You can hold your papers up to your picture and kind of decide what would be best. It's not really like do or die. It's not really a make it or break it thing. I mean, if you pick one that's a little bit too light or dark, it's not going to ruin it. It's going to be fine. So just pick the one that you think is best. And then you just basically start putting them all down until this thing is full. And it'll look great. All right, that's it.